Hi, my name is Aaron Braxton, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about our communal responsibility for holding our councilmen and women, and as well as the rest of our politicians, responsible in terms of creating jobs in our community. I received this flyer, and this flyer says the city of Los Angeles invites you to join Councilman Curren D. Price Jr. at the Los Angeles Football Club Job Fair. Job Fair is in big, bold letters. It then says hundreds of full-time and part-time jobs available. If you scroll down, it says available event positions. Guest experience representative, which is basically the greeters of the football stadium that's being built in South Los Angeles, which many of you might know or might not know. South Los Angeles is primarily an African American and Hispanic community. And there's a football stadium that's being built right there on Martin Luther King and Figueroa. So it says the positions available: guest experience representative, basically the greeters or the ticket takers, security officer, food services, and housekeeping. Those are the hundreds of jobs that are available in our community. Now, at first you may think, wow, all these hundreds of jobs. But if you take a further look at that, and you realize that this stadium is huge, and the only jobs that you can really advertise to our community are the low wage jobs. Where are the executive and management jobs? Well, those jobs are being outsourced outside our community. So I felt a certain way about that, and I could not contain myself. And as I continued to just examine, why is that? Why do you have a huge conglomerate of an organization that is built in our neighborhood, yet all of the management jobs are outsourced outside our community, and we get the trickle-down crumbs? So the job fair was on February 9th, which is my birthday. So I decided that for my birthday, I was going to do some community activism. So I created a sign. And this is the sign. The sign says, where are all the executive and management jobs, Curren Price? Or, you know what, I might have it. Yeah, it does say that. Where are the executive and management jobs, Curren Price? And then on the other side, it says, why are the white collar jobs outsourced outside our community? We can manage just as well as we can serve. So I created this sign, and I dressed up in my finest attire, my finest business attire, and I went out and I stood there by my lonesome. I had actually advertised on Facebook to try to get some of my friends, but everybody was busy. It was really last minute. But I went out there with my sign, and I held my sign up for anyone who could see by my lonesome. My mom was kind of nervous, and he was like, "Don't go out there by yourself. People crazy." But you know what? I felt a certain way about this, because there are many people within this community, many African American, Hispanic, Asian people in this community that have advanced degrees. We have USC is in this community. And there are many people here. I have a master's degree from USC. And there are other people. There are many. There are thousands of people who are people of color who live in this community that have advanced degrees that would like to have had an opportunity to at least had an interview for some executive or management level jobs. but didn't even know those jobs were available because they weren't made available to people in this community. When you have this large conglomerate of an organization that is being built in this community. And we all know why it's being built in our community, because they can't build it in Beverly Hills or West LA or Culver City because the cost is going to be too high. So they come into our community where the land is cheaper. And yet they trickle down the crumbs to us. So I held out my sign at this event. Curren Price actually did come over to me, and you know what he said? They're coming. They're coming. And I was incensed. I was like, to my response was, well, when? Because we all know that in corporate America, when you're building an organization, you're going to build your management team first. So that means that all of those jobs that he says that are coming have already came, but they came to somebody else. And my whole thing is, when? I feel like we're still back in the 50s and 60s and 70s where they're like, be patient, just wait, they're coming. Curren Price is an African American man, and he has a responsibility as a councilman. He has a responsibility to the constituents that live in his community. He has a responsibility, and he has a responsibility to because we voted for him. He has a responsibility to at least try to level the playing field a little bit. So to tell me that these jobs are coming, and I ask when, and he gets upset and walks away. You know, one of the things that really hurt my heart more than anything else, because he's going to do what we allow him to do. He's going to do and get away with what we as a community allow him to get away with. There are two things that actually hurt my heart. The first one was the fact that there were hundreds of people out there, hundreds, looking for a job. Now, my whole thing is not to degrade those positions that were available, because people need to work. People are desperate. They need to work. And we are in an administration that doesn't care about us at all. And so people need to work, and they need to feed their families the best way they can. So it's not about that. It's about the fact that all of the people that are in those management and executive level positions don't look like anybody in the community. So there were two things that really hurt my heart. And the first one was the fact that the representative, councilman, I should say, Curren Price, was out there. And there were hundreds of people in these lines. And I was there from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock with my sign, holding my sign, representing. And he spoke to two people. One lady called him over and said, "Curren, come over, and he went over and gave her a hug. And another guy who he must have known, and he went over to the line and said hello to that person. And literally, he walked away, never speaking to those people, never speaking to them. Never saying, hey, you know what? Thank you guys for coming. Be patient. I'm Councilman Curren Price Jr. Make sure you fill out the application. Fill it out thoroughly. Hopefully, you have your resumes here. We're gonna fill up these positions. Never. So, and I thought, that's really strange. How you're the councilman. You created this job fair. Why aren't you talking to the people? The second thing that really hurt my heart, and this one hurt my heart to its core, was I was out there holding my sign, and not one person of color spoke to me. Not one. And On one aspect, I kind of figured that because the reality of it is that the people that I was really representing weren't there. Those people need to work. They need jobs. So I kind of got it, but then on the other hand, it was disheartening to me because those people that were there didn't get it. They didn't get it. The fact is, you're trying to get a job to feed your families, and hopefully, you'll get one of these jobs, and hopefully you'll struggle to feed your families, and your kids will have warm meals, and they'll grow up strong, and they'll go to elementary, middle school, and high school, and they'll go to college, all because you struggled to put them there. But think about this. Those kids are going to go to college and they're going to come back to the community, and the only jobs that they're going to look forward to from corporations that come into our community are jobs like those: housekeeping, security guard, guest services or ticket takers, and people that serve hot dogs and hamburgers. We need to look at the bigger picture. This one brother even said, and I'm going to say exactly what he said, and I don't use this terminology, but I'm going to say exactly what he said. This nigga talking about management and executive level jobs. And I thought, wow, this brother doesn't even get it. He doesn't even get that when he goes through this line and he fills out that application, the people that are interviewing him don't look like him. And those people are the executive and management level jobs that I'm talking about. We have to do better, people. We have to. Our very lives depend on it. We have to hold these councilmen and these politicians accountable for what happens in our community. I'm going to be honest with you. As you guys might know, I'm a writer. I'm an actor. And I am not, and I'm an educational activist. I'm not looking to get a job at the stadium. But I felt it in my heart that it was important for me to let this councilman know that there are many people out here that are watching him, and that the trickle-down crumbs that he is feeding our community, that he thinks is adequate, I'm telling you, it's not. We need to hold our congressmen and all of our representatives accountable for the enterprise that they bring into our community and the level of jobs that they make available to our community. If we don't do it, who will? We see the administration, they don't give a rat's behind about the diversity within our community. They don't care. We have to care. And we have to look at the bigger picture. Again, if we don't do it, then who will?